Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our FA Trophy tie away against Eastbourne Borough, and we follow it up with a league game against Eastleigh away. Form has been a little bit hit and miss, to be honest. We got absolutely battered by Bromley by 4 goals to 0, but we then followed it up with a 3-0 win away at Barnet and a 5-1 win at home to St Albans. But then we lost 1-0 away against Gateshead, and again we got battered in that game. We were lucky to just lose by the 1 goal, to be honest. We've had to rotate a little bit more. We've had a number of midweek fixtures in recent weeks as well, and there is still midweek fixtures to come as well. So rotation is going to be happening. And incidentally, when we've rotated largely, that's when the poor results have snuck in, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is, and we've got to progress accordingly. We do still find ourselves atop of the league though. Tamworth, Cheltenham still dropping points as well. Cheltenham do have a game in hand though, which if they do win, they will go above us. And the chasing pack are now only, what, 6, 7, 8 points behind us now. I think we're okay for playoffs still. We're 11 points clear of Fylde in 8th place at the moment. But we need to just find that little bit more consistency again. The goal scoring side of things has been a massive struggle. And yes, we've scored 5 goals in the odd game, etc. But I think we're struggling really for a proper 25, 30 goal a season goal scorer. Yamolu, he's playing games, but he's not finding the back of the net. He's only scored 2 goals this season, and he's wanting constant football, but he's not performing as well as he should be in order to keep that position. Batiman's got 14 goals, Alfie Lloyd with 12. Even Ollie Thomas, who's only started 9 games, he's bagged 7 goals. So a lot of food for thought at the moment. And again, there is gaps in the squad. I have had a look at 1 or 2 positions. It's not really happening for us at the minute in terms of making new signings. So we just have to make do with what we've got. We are rotating again for the FA Trophy. Bevan is going to be in goal. Binagine, Hewlett, Sumnall, and Roberts are coming in at the back. Hughes, Cisse, and Okiang are going to be in the midfield three. Thomas, Ford, and Yamolu are up front. And to be quite honest, I'm not too sure which way it's going to go at the moment. I think Alfie Lloyd's going to have to come on the bench. He was unbelievable, wasn't he, when we brought him back in yesterday's episode off the bench for that FA Trophy win against Western-super-Mare. We're giving players their opportunities, but unfortunately during rotation, they're not massively taking those opportunities. So today's going to be a tough game. They are in good form. Eastbourne, they're sat, I think, third in the Vanarama South at the moment. So scope for improvement from our point of view as well. We've got to be on point today. The rotation is how we're just working it for the FA Trophy, but we have got opportunities and there could be potential spots up for grabs, especially going into next season. Hughes losing out with possession there, looking for Amari Ford, but Igbinagine picks it up down this left-hand side. Chance to charge forward from him and a chance to get a cross in, and he looks toward the far post. Amari Ford is free, and for once, he kept the header down and on target, but Folks making a comfortable save as it gets cleared forward by their keeper. Hewlett wins the header. Yamolu looking to make the challenge, and again, I think Yamolu's days are numbered at the moment. He's just not getting stuck into it at all this season. Here's Panagiotou and now Abdul Malik, and fortunate to block that and get it clear, but it remains 0-0 for now. Yamolu needs goals. He needs a confidence boost, and it's just not happening at the moment. A few games going on in the National League as well at the minute. Igbinagine with a cross above the far post. Ollie Thomas with a good header. McAvoy managing to clear off the line. Romari Ford looking toward Medusi say, but Folks again making a decent claim. Dorking currently beating Kidderminster in the league. Cheltenham are up against Gateshead, who have just beaten us, of course. So that's the game in hand for Cheltenham. And if really we need Gateshead to do us a favour there, anything that's not a Cheltenham win would be advantageous to us. Here is Miranda. Inside to Montgomery. Now Davis. Plays it out wide to Vercoge. Good tackle by Corey Roberts. Charging forward. Now Yamolu. Trying to press forward. Finds Madu Cisse. Opportunity to get it into the penalty area maybe. It's a good run from him. Swings it in. Romari Ford was there. And again, just off target with the header, this time just wide. He's had a good opportunity twice today. He should be ahead. Here is Rosewell with the free kick into Panagiotou. Now Miranda into Rosewell again. They have got a couple of players on yellow cards, as do we, so we have got to be a bit careful in this match. Both sides certainly getting stuck in. Here's Hewlett into Cisse. Inside to Hughes. Plays it forward to Romari Ford. Outside to Corey Roberts now. He's not exactly a surging wing-back like Winstanley is, Roberts, but he's one of the few options that we've got that can play at right back. Plays it into Hughes now. That's a good delivery toward the far post. Ollie Thomas. Ollie Hughes, I nearly said there. Ollie Thomas with the header wide. And it's a bit of a touch and go game, to be honest. Both sides, plenty of fouls in the game. We have been the better side overall, I think. But we're just lacking that finishing touch, and Yamolu hasn't even got an attempt in so far, really. We're doing well with possession, and I think something I am going to do is I'm going to change Yamolu. He likes being a poacher. We'll give him the second half as a poacher, and we'll see if that suits him any better. He has really struggled. Cheltenham are at 1-1 with Gateshead. 2 goals in 4 minutes in that game in the first half. And things seem to be working out reasonably well from our point of view at the moment. Rosewell with the throw into Hilton. Into Rosewell, looking over the top here, and it's easy for Jaden Bevan to make that claim, and he will deliver forward here. Eventually. There he goes. Launching straight through the centre of the pitch, and Yumolu didn't even look to try and challenge there, which is quite poor. Here is Montgomery, switching the play to Magiotu. Now Rosewell, Panagiotou, moving down this right-hand side. Opportunity to get it into the penalty area for Eastbourne. It swung into the far post. Scrimshaw was there, and I thought Bevan had saved that. He hadn't. It hit the crossbar. So we're getting away with it, but we're going to have to make some changes, I think, here. We're going to go into, I think, an attacking mentality. We're going to demand more, and I mean, it's just not happening at all for Yamolu at the moment. We'll stick with the advance forward for now. Again, the role of our striker, it's something that I'm toying with the idea of changing as well. We're going to get Angie Pan on for Hewlett. Okyeng is going to come off for Isaac Bailey. And Madhu Cisse is also going to come off for Ebatiaman, I think. And I think, to be fair, what we'll do is we're going to throw Ebatiaman up front with Yamolu just to see if that might help matters at all, where Yamolu's concerned. We'll go to a 4-2-4. We're getting to a point where the FA Trophy has been a bit of a hindrance to the way we're performing in the league. But at the same time, if we do well in the Cup, then it's potentially a trophy that we could win. As Eastbourne with a free kick there, well saved by Bevan, and Murray here with the resulting corner. Swings it into the near post, it's headed clear and off the crossbar, and it remains 0-0. We're going to demand more, I think, as well when we get the next opportunity. This is Hilton. Into Watson, looking over the top for Abdul Malik, and Corey Roberts missed his header, and Hilton has struck it superbly here, and we find ourselves behind after changing the formation. This is not looking too positive from our point of view. We're going to berate the team now, and we're going to go very attacking, and hopefully we can just find something in this game. Normally when we do very attacking, nothing happens, which is a bit of a strange one. But it's been a poor performance, and once again, Ollie Thomas not doing it for us. Yamolu again not doing it for us either, and we are out of the FA Trophy. Deservedly so in the end. Eastbourne, the better side. I mean, a 6.1 from Thomas. Not good at all. And yes, our attentions can return to the league now, but that's a game we should be winning. And we had opportunities there, but it just wasn't to be, really, was it? I don't know if we're paying for the lack of strength in our depth or not. It's a bit of a strange situation to be in at the minute. But Cheltenham did not win. They actually lost against Gateshead. Now, Gateshead are chasing a playoff place themselves, so it's still a quite tightly packed area at the moment of the league table. And with 13 games to go, we're still finding ourselves top of the league. but my word, is it proving to be such a tight running at the moment. We've got what? It's a week until the game against Eastleigh, so bear with me and we'll get through that and see what happens in the meantime. I am looking into one or two signings just to bolster the side, but there's not a lot out there that's available. So we're going to have to see what we can do and hope for the best. See you momentarily for the game away against Eastleigh. Okay then guys, here we go for the game away against Eastleigh. We have made some signings. It's not masses and masses, but we've brought in two new players into the side. Cole McKinnon, oh, he's actually suspended for the next match. I hadn't noticed that. Why is he suspended? I'm not too sure. Um, we've brought him in until the end of the season. Previously of Rangers B, Partick Thistle, largely around Scotland. Brought him in on free transfer, like I say, just until the end of the season. He can play right back and central midfield. I probably should have had a look to see. Okay, he's only got a one match ban. That is quite fortunate. So he will be into the side at some point. And in terms of further forward, we've managed to bring in Jack Aitchison as well. Good determination, pretty quick. He's an okay finisher. He can play up front, but he can also play out wide as well. So we've got that extra cover going forward as well. He's done a bit of a tour really. He played for Exeter for the last couple of years. Only scored a few goals, but I think he'll do well playing out wide for us. He's got the pace for it as well. But he's got plenty of experience in League One and in League Two, as well as in the Scottish Premier League. So decent experience. McKinnon can play right back, central midfield, and defensive midfield. And Aitchison can play across that attacking three as well as up front. So a little bit of security in terms of positional senses. Aitchison makes his place on the bench today. We have gone over wage budget a little bit now because obviously we had to offer new contracts to a few players earlier in the campaign. But I think we've done okay to bring them in. And yes, like I said, we are over wage budget a bit, but I think it was important to get these two guys in just for extra cover across a number of positions, and hopefully it will work in our favour. Um, Otherwise, nothing else to speak of really. Eastleigh, 4 defeats and a draw in their last five. Hopefully, we can push on and get a good result against them today. Let's have a look at the other games that are on there. Newport County, I want to keep an eye on there in the chasing pack. Cheltenham are actually playing Tamworth. Tamworth have just taken the lead against them, in fact, so that is a huge game. And for it to be taken advantage of, we have to win here. Here's Bailey into Dudjak. Now Romari Ford. Back to Winstanley. That's a good pass forward. Romari Ford picks it up, plays it in. Batiaman, poor goalkeeping. 15th goal of the season for Batiaman. And we are ahead in just less than 13 minutes. And that is a big, big goal for us in this matchday weekend. Obviously, like I say, with Tamworth and Cheltenham playing one another, we have an opportunity here. If Tamworth and Cheltenham draw, that would probably be the best result for us, I think, to be honest, because it would allow us to open a little bit of a gap above those two sides. I'm not too sure which way it'd work if they did draw. I think we'd be 3 points clear if it finished as a draw. If Cheltenham won, though, we could be in for a little bit of a gap at the top, providing we win, of course. That's a good header clear from Dudjak, and Younger picks it up on this left-hand side. He's got plenty of support ahead of him if he can find it, and he delayed it far too long, and Andy Pan receives it back from him. Now Dudjak, that's a nice pass into Batiman. Romari Ford picks it up on that right side. What an effort that was! Off the underside of the crossbar, and unfortunately it bounced out, but what an unbelievable strike that was from Romari Ford. Big, big chance there. It remains 1-0, and at the moment, Tamworth remain 1-0 up as well. Played forward here. Bailey with the header. Brewitt exchanging passes with him. Batiman did well to get there. Now Alfie Lloyd. Good heavy touch from him to try and get past his man. And he's into the penalty area. And that is poor goalkeeping from Molyneux. Very poor positional play from him. But Lloyd making the most of it and finishing well into that bottom corner. We're doing our job. Let's hope Cheltenham can do something for us against Tamworth. Lloyd with a really good run there. Poor defensively from the right back. But in the end, a simple finish. Molyneux, very poor positionally, as mentioned previously. And we have been by far the better side. A little bit of inconsistency in our game at the moment in terms of our league performances, but hopefully with the FA Trophy now out of our regime, we can really focus in on the league and set a decent standard for ourselves and get some wins under our belts. Here's Winstanley into the penalty area, and Molyneux makes the catch. Look quite comfortable in the end. It was a good run though, but it remains 2-0. And Tamworth remain at 1-0 as well against Cheltenham as we approach half time. So at 2-0, very comfortable, I think, overall. They haven't had a shot on target, and we just need to keep it up. In the second half, which obviously a lot of focus on our game, obviously. That's the job of it, isn't it? But a lot of focus on that Cheltenham Tamworth game right now. We need things to run in our favour. Here is Wood, losing out to Brewitt, and now Andiepan into Bailey. Looks over the top. It's a decent ball forward, and Bagan didn't even try and win that. And Romari Ford with the opportunity for the strike. He delayed it a little, and it ended up being a good save from Molyneux, and it's out for a corner. Younger here with the delivery. Alfie Lloyd incidentally has taken a knock. Younger with the delivery. It's cleared by McConville. And it's out for a throw. We're just going to pause there. And Jack Aitchison is going to come on for his debut on that left-hand side. And hopefully he can get off to a good start. And we'll see how things go in the meantime. Still, it remains 1-0 to Tamworth as well, with about half an hour to go in all the matches. Here is the Younger with the corner, swinging toward the near post. It's a good claim amongst many crowded bodies there by Molyneux, and he will deliver it forward here for Eastleigh. Drops it down, launches it forward. It's a good, assertive header from Corey Roberts, and that is played straight out to Aitchison by a Batiman. He cuts inside, finds a Batiman again, and now Aitchison, and that is a good effort. Molyneux just fingertipping it over the crossbar. Really positive signs, though, from Jack Aitchison there. And Younger with the resulting corner. Looks toward the far post, and Isaac Bailey was there, but it's gone over. I think it was actually Brewitt in the end who won the header. But it remains 2-0. And to be honest, I think it's going to be a comfortable win now. Eastleigh not looking too dangerous, but they are through here with Van Leer, and that is a brilliant strike from William Van Leer. It's only his third of the season, and all of a sudden, doubt's creeping in. I said that at the wrong time about us looking comfortable, didn't I? It's their first shot on target, and it was very assertively converted as well. And we've got to be a little bit careful now. Kowalczyk with the delivery forward. Batiman wins the header superbly, finds Romari Ford. He's got support inside, and instead he goes for goal. He needs to look for the pass sometimes, I think, Romari Ford. He does try a little bit too hard on occasion. Cheltenham still at 1-0 down against Tamworth. We're doing our job, though, as it stands. We are going to make another change, though, I think. We'll just pause it there. About 5 minutes left plus added time. Romari Ford is going to come off. Yamolu's going to come on. He needs a goal, Yamolu. He's desperately trying to get a goal into his game at the moment. Jem Hewlett's going to come on for Corey Roberts as well, who's struggling with fitness a bit. And hopefully we can hold on. Francis lofting it over the top. Younger dealing with it relatively easily, and now Kowalczyk looking toward Isaac Bailey. He wins the header well. Hewlett into Brewitt, and now Winstanley. We're flailing about a little bit with these passes, but it's worked in our favour. Aitchison, back to Brewitt. That's a nice pass into Batiman. Now Bailey. He's got Yamolu ahead of him if he can find him, and he has, and it's gone wide. I think it was offside anyway, but it's really not happening for him this season. He scored 30 goals last season, didn't he, Yamolu? But this year, he really has fired a blank for most of the campaign. A 2-1 win for us, and a very important 3 points that, considering, Eastleigh aren't doing very well. They're in the relegation zone, in fact. Tamworth held on for the win, but we do have a gap to third place Cheltenham now. So little gaps opening up here and there, but we are head to head with Tamworth even now. So certainly going to be a case of all the way through to the end of the season, I think, if we can keep this kind of form up. Batiman doing very, very well in that game with a goal and an assist. And we look to push on from there after back-to-back 1-0 defeats. We've got some decent games coming up, but we have got important games. Oh, no. Two of our last games of the season are against Cheltenham and Tamworth, and then we've got Newport after that as well. Um, we'll probably do. Oof. I think we'll see how things go, but I'm looking. If we go 4 games as the standard, it's Hartlepool and Fylde, and then it's going to be Cheltenham, Tamworth, Newport. We could have a triple threat episode, to be honest, because them games against Cheltenham and Tamworth are huge, and it's on the Friday and then the following Monday. They are massive, massive games, and weirdly, the Grimsby Rochdale games are as well. They've really bunched up the end of the season there. So we'll probably come back for Hartlepool and Fylde, and then we'll see what happens toward the end of the season, and hopefully we can wrap things up a little bit before that. But a lot to be excited about, and a lot of things to be nervous about as well. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.